Good morning, everybody. Pastor Stitch, Narrow Path Christian Church, BC, Bay City, Michigan. Welcome to the Biker Devotional. Today is June 24th, 2024, and we are looking at Proverbs chapter 24. Yesterday, on the way to church, I had a situation come up, and I was really frustrated with it. I was driving down the highway, had my cruise set, came up on a vehicle that was driving slower than I was, so I moved over in the left lane and started to pass. I wasn't in a hurry to pass. Left my cruise set at what it was. I was passing. Then what often happens is the other person doesn't have their cruise set. They realize that somebody's next to them. They look at their speedometer and they speed up to the speed limit, right? And so I end up getting trapped in the left lane. And so I try not to speed up too much, but enough to get ahead, because blocking the left lane is not okay. But as I was doing this, somebody came out of nowhere. Great big pickup truck, flying, and, well, let's be honest, acting stupid. I have a different word that I want to use, but I'm going to clean it up for you today. Acting really stupid. Switching between the right lane and the left lane, moving over on both shoulders, trying to push one of us out of his way, get us to move, to step on the gas, do something. And finally he moved over in behind me. I sped up a little bit so that I could make sure. The other person slowed down a little bit, and I was making progress to pass. And he was right on my tail. I mean, to the point where I literally couldn't see his bumper, because it had to be almost touching my car. Now, my wife and I have been in 2 rear-end collisions where it's totaled our car in the last year. And so my PTSD is on high alert. And I'm not okay. I get past the guy enough that it's safe to start to move over. I move over slowly because I am in panic mode and I don't want to just whip over and do something stupid. So I purposely am in control. I move over, and the guy comes up next to me and starts moving into me, within inches of me. And my old self, I probably would have rolled down the window and put a knife through his door or something. I mean, I wasn't a good guy. But I just moved over a little bit. I kept my cruise. I figured he's going to get over it. He's going to get lost. He rolls down his window. He's cussing and swearing at me. And finally I realize what he's doing. I roll my window down and said, "Look, I can call the cops." And then he sped away. And I was frustrated, and I was yelling at God in my head, saying, "God, you got to do something about people like this. You need to arrest them. You got to let a cop see this. You know, something's got to happen." And I was really, really frustrated. Why aren't you at my defense? And then this morning, of course, I was talking to him about it most of the day, knowing that this is a bad attitude on my part and all of that, trying to deal with life. And I read this morning in Proverbs chapter 24, verses 17 through 20. "Don't rejoice when your enemy falls. Don't let your hearts rejoice when he stumbles. Or Yahweh will be displeased, and turn his wrath away from him. Don't be agitated by evildoers, and don't envy the wicked, for the evil have no future. The lamp of the wicked will be put out." I have asked God so many times in my lifetime, why? Why don't you let those people experience what they deserve? And this morning, as I was reading that, I heard the Holy Spirit say, because you would have gloated over it. You would have taken pleasure in it. And it would have made you worse than the one who was being that way. The reality is, my friends, we can't want bad outcomes for people, because then we are taking pleasure in something that even God doesn't take pleasure in. God promises that we shouldn't be letting those things bother us, because evil has no future, and the lamp of the wicked will be put out. We've got to stop that. I've got to stop that. You need to recognize. This morning, God spoke to me in a real way, and I wanted to share that with you. It was a tough day yesterday. I was in a bad headspace for a long time. Thankfully, my wife was listening to the Holy Spirit and put the worship music together ahead of time that was able to speak into my spirit so that I was able to preach the message I needed to preach yesterday. But here's the truth. Don't gloat. Don't rejoice when your enemy falls. Don't let your heart rejoice when he stumbles, because Yahweh will be displeased and turn his wrath away from him. He's not going to be displeased with the other person. He's going to be displeased with you. Don't be agitated by evildoers, and don't envy the wicked, for the evil have no future. The lamp of the wicked will be put out. The message was more for me today than probably for you, but I know it impacted someone. Know this, without a doubt, no matter where you are in the world, and we've had people on here from Michigan all the way out, it looks like into Kenya. I appreciate all of you. I love you all. I truly do, and that's why I share every day. God bless.